Good morning. Thank you, Judith Los Baños Abalos, for inviting me here, and of course, your sponsor, Parkway Care Center. And we're most grateful to Rebecca and to Richard for setting up Asia CEO Forum about 15 years ago, right, Richard? About that time. And look at what they have become. Let me first invite you next month, October, to the Asia CEO Awards. It's going to be the grandest award event in the country of a global nature. This is actually the Oscars of the Philippines, where we will be awarding about 14 award categories to individuals as well as companies who have excelled in the fields that they're in. So I'd like to see you all here at the Marriott Grand Ballroom in October. Okay? All right, good. You know, I had been a classic corporate warrior. I was eating too much, working too hard, and I was neglecting my family. And I decided that I would try and turn my life around. I spent many years struggling with studying and speaking about work-life balance. And I have 3 observations that I would like to share with you today. Of course, there's work and there's life. The first observation I'd like to make is we need to face the truth that government and corporations are not going to solve this issue for us. We should stop looking outside. It's up to us as individuals to take control and responsibility for the type of lives that we want to lead. If you don't design your life, somebody else will design it for you, and you may not just like their idea of balance. It's particularly important that you put your quality of life not in the hands of a corporation or a company. I'm talking here about all companies, because commercial companies are inherently designed to get the most out of you as they can get away with. It's in their nature. It's in their DNA. It's what they do. Even the good, well-intentioned companies. On the one hand, putting child care facilities in a workplace is wonderful. On the other hand, it's a nightmare, because it means that we'll just be spending more time in the office. So we have to be responsible for setting and enforcing boundaries that we want in life. Now, the second observation is we have to be careful with the time frame that we choose upon which to judge our balance. Many years ago, I wrote down a detailed step-by-step description of my ideal balanced day that I aspired to be. And it went like this: wake up well-rested after a good night's sleep, have breakfast, do 3 hours of work, go out and shop during lunch, do 3 hours of work, have dinner with friends, and then have a good night's sleep. How do you think I have? I mean, do you think I've had that day ever in my life? We need to be realistic. You can't do it all over again. So we have to be responsible for setting and enforcing the boundaries that we want in our life. The second observation is we have to be careful with, or rather the third, is we need to approach balance in a balanced way. A friend came to see me years ago and said, you know, my life is completely out of balance. It's totally dominated by work. I work 10 hours a day. I commute 2 hours a day. All of my relationships have failed. There's nothing in my life apart from work. So I've decided to get a grip and do something about it. I joined the gym. Now, I don't mean to mock, but being a fit 10-hour-a-day office rat isn't more balanced. It's more fit. Lovely though physical exercise may be, there are other parts of life. There's the intellectual side, the emotional side, and the physical side. And we have to attend to all these areas, not just do 50 stomach crunches. An incident that happened to me about 4 years ago gave me a new perspective. My daughter-in-law called me and said, we have dinner tonight. Is it okay for you to pick up Arton from preschool? So I picked up my grandson. We walked from his preschool. We walked a little bit in the park near the school. Then we went to a restaurant, shared a pizza and a pasta with him. Went to Toys R Us, and he said he wanted a Paw Patrol toy car. Then we went home. We went to their house, and then gave him his bath, have him put on his Batman pajamas, and then read him a chapter of Roald Dahl's James and the Giant Peach, put him to bed, tucked him in, kissed him and said goodnight, and walked out of his room. When I was about to walk out of his bedroom, he said, "Mamita, that was the best day ever for me." Now, my point is that small things matter. Being more balanced doesn't mean dramatic upheaval in your life. With the smallest investment in the right places, you can radically transform the quality of your relationships and the quality of your life. Moreover, I think it can transform society, because if enough people do it, we can change society's definition of success away from the moronically simplistic notion that the person with the most money when he dies wins, to a more thoughtful and balanced definition of what a life well lived looks like. And I think this is an idea worth spreading. Good morning.